Hello, everyone. This is Cindy from Invest Hong Kong, and it is my great pleasure for me to share with you today the F&B trend and a few of our food tech case studies in Hong Kong. According to the latest statistics, actually our volume of total restaurant receipts increased by almost 40% in the third quarter of 2021 already. So we have a positive sign from the local F&B market already. So I will now share with you my detailed PowerPoints, and no worry, I will send to you for reference later. There are mainly two sessions that I will cover. One is the food trend, the other will be the case studies. Hong Kong, we have a very dynamic and robust food scene. Locally, we have 7.5 million population, and in the Greater Bay Area, we have 86 million mouths to feed. We import 95% of food and huge demand because we have high restaurant density of one restaurant for every 400 people. And most of us are sophisticated food lovers. We also have 69 Michelin star restaurants and 11 out of 50 best restaurants in Asia in Hong Kong. For Hong Kong, we also have a new online one-stop shop consumer ecosystem evolving. Food delivery companies are expanding into e-grocery, while others are also tapping into the meal delivery business. E-commerce nowadays is essential for business. Companies nowadays will need to spare more budget to set up website, social media promotion channels, and also train staff to adapt to new strategies. Hong Kong in the past, people always saying our rent is too high. But you can see from this chart from Jones Lang LaSalle that actually street level shops rental dropped half, while shopping mall rental dropped almost 40% comparing to pre-COVID times. But in the last quarter, actually, the drop in the pricing has been flat. We can see that some of the established companies in Hong Kong, especially restaurant chains or even grocery chains in Hong Kong, they are renting new locations or moving around into different districts already. So now is already a new low for Hong Kong in the last 10 years, and it's a good time for tenants to come into the market. Small nowadays is the new big for new openings. You can see that people are going up. That is a very common scene in Hong Kong. Why? Because the inside seating is very small. Nowadays, smaller size shops they are catered to serve the locals since we don't have a lot of tourists nowadays. And smaller size means also great for entrepreneurs and chef owners to test out concepts and even replicate for a franchise model. So in the middle, you can see Sindy Wong opening a few shops in Hong Kong already. And at the bottom, Bretzel is a French cuisine, also set up by chef owners in Hong Kong. They are sprouting in Hong Kong everywhere. For food business, nowadays, people, they will order more delivery. In the past, actually, dining will take around 80% compared to takeaway, 80% to 20%. But nowadays, because of COVID, actually the ratio changed already. Now is around 60 to 40. 60% dine-in, 40% takeaway already. So nowadays, food services companies, they have to modify the menu items for takeaway and delivery. But of course, because we are sophisticated food lovers, we cannot compromise on food quality. So we have to make sure that still have to be fresh and delicious. And also, there are sprouting of cloud kitchens in Hong Kong. They are like co-cooking spaces. For this, entrepreneurs or some restaurants, they can have a cooking stations in a central kitchen to minimize production costs, and also it's a lower investment entry to our city as well. We can see that pizza and burger places are sprouting, all over the city nowadays. Green eating is on the rise, of course. We are eating healthier these days and more concerned about the worldwide food sustainability issues. We are starting to include more plant-based ingredients into our meals. Chinese, we love to eat pork. There's a brand name called Omnipork. You can see, down at the bottom. They're made from mushroom and soy, which even develop recipes tailored for Asian palate. For example, pork dumplings, steamed buns, fried noodles, luncheon meat, and also minced pork for cooking. They are delicious and getting popular when sometimes the supply chain of pork is affected and people are skeptical about swine flu and other disease. Other brands like Tindo in the middle is plant-based chicken from Singapore. Also, they are in Hong Kong. Just eggs from US, they are in Hong Kong. And Importable Foods, of course, they are also having good response from Asian consumers nowadays. So apart from the trends, I would also like to share with you some of the new projects that we are assisting in Hong Kong. These are the case studies. First of all, is the fermentation is a new way to produce protein. On the left, we have a new vegan ice cream. It's called Ice H. They are available in all Park and Shop supermarkets already, and it's invested by Harbour Ventures. So actually, Hong Kong, we have a lot of private equity, VC, and also family offices. They will look into invest into food tech companies. In the middle is another concept. They just moved into Hong Kong Science Park. It's called Harmony Baby Nutrition. They mix baby formula that more closely represents human breast milk by precision fermentation of human breast milk protein to replace commonly used cow's milk. So they are now already inside in Science Park. And then on the right is a Hong Kong-based biotech Gap Impact Technology. They also has received a grant from the government to scale up their microalgae cultivation and biomass fermentation for sustainable source of protein. They receive different fundings from companies, and actually they are now already in the consumer market. They make noodles out of microalgae already. Since Hong Kong, we import so much produce and also ingredients from all over the world. We are also, concerned about sustainability, but we are glad that we also bring in different indoor farming like hydroponics, like Sustainer. They are from Singapore. They actually have vertical farm in our Tin Mun, actually in an industrial building. And then they can supply fresh vegetables to the city within 60 minutes. And they are already available in over 80 outlets in Hong Kong. So apart from hydroponics, we also have aquaponics and also rooftop farming. And I can see that aeroponics also should be coming into Hong Kong as well. Next page. Apart from the food side, plant-based, cell-based, and then hydroponics, the other side that Hong Kong we are looking is saving surplus food. This is mainly is mobile app based. Well, because Hong Kong, we have more than 16,000 restaurants. So you can imagine, there may be a lot of surplus food at the end of each day. So this company, Phoenix, actually, they just launched earlier this year. They are from France, and they have a lot of members already. And then with listing of those, surplus food from different restaurants, actually, you can buy at discount. And on the way home, you can collect those baskets of food. This is for restaurants, you will gain extra exposure and turnover but at the same time, you can save some food. What I can say is there are other similar mobile apps that are also coming to the market. And for Hong Kong, we have so many restaurants, eateries. I think we welcome more companies of this type to Hong Kong. Food tech ecosystem has been growing and growing. In Hong Kong, we have different accelerators and incubators, you can see, like Cyberport, Science Park, The Mills, Brink, etc. And then we also have different events that food tech startups can look for funding to meet with partners. And also we have different government departments, agencies, we can help you to grow in a city. As I said, we have different segments of VC, private equity, family officers who have the interest also into investing into food tech, agri-tech, to the future systems. And in terms of R&D, the logos you can see is getting more and more. Different universities, different government organizations, chambers, federation, they are getting more funding from the government to do the R&D in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, because of the backing of China, so we also have a lot of corporate partners where you can work with. If you are food tech companies, if you are food tech startups, I'm sure you need to sell your product. You have to work with different MNC companies or mainland Chinese companies. Invest Hong Kong, we have the connection and we know who we should talk to in the industry. For food tech partners, of course, we have Brink. They have different incubation programs, accelerator programs every year, a few times. And then Good Food Institute, they also work on plant-based meat, cultivated meat, fermentation science, and industry meat as well. Hong Kong Science Park, they also work with us and then with Brink to bring in new startups, new food tech companies into Hong Kong. Cyberport, apart from accelerator program, incubation program, they also have different applications that they can work with different stakeholders and industry partners so that you can grow your business in Hong Kong step by step. So for Invest Hong Kong, we are a government agency and our services are free. We help companies like yours to expand into Asia through Hong Kong. We can guide you through planning and evaluation of your company setup, facilitation of visa and license application, and introduction to service provider and industry contacts. I hope I have provided some useful observations with this short presentation. There are plenty of opportunities to expand in Asia. And you can see we just did a pitch book with PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, to present you the comprehensive report, draws on the knowledge, data, and experience from professionals and industry experts to cover everything you need to know, including digital food services, green eating, online grocery, shopping, cloud kitchens, and more. If you wish to know more, don't hesitate to download this from this QR code and get in touch with us. Below is my contact. So thank you very much for joining us today. I wish you all good health and all the best.